Hey guys, welcome to day 4 of the Resistance to Resilience shift. This is day 4, this is the last day. So, just to recap, day 1 was all about vomiting our feelings, day 2 was all about figuring out what we do want. Day 3 was all about creating the contrast and creating little steps and just peeking open your mind of how you can actually foresee that happening. And day 4 is actually about actually receiving it and how you can go from, being in resistance all the time to just being resilient and just allowing your life, allowing the desires to flow into your life, allowing the emotions to shift into ones that are pleasant. So day 4 is where you want to spend your most time in every area of your life. So this goes from knowing what we want and moving into making it a reality, bringing it into your life. And where a lot of people, including myself, for so many years would get caught up is staying in the resistance mode by asking all the time. So now that we know what we want, we only have to ask once. We don't have to continually just put it out there every single day. You know what I mean? Like, just continue, just vomiting all of that, right? That's keeping us in resistance mode. So it is actually only 10% asking for what you want and 90% just allowing it to happen, allowing it to show up into your life. That resistance a lot of times gets stuck in us because we, as humans, like to know exactly how it's all going to happen and, kind of be in control of that. And the thing about allowing miracles, allowing your life to align is you are never going to know how it's going to happen. And you might have an idea, but it could just come from a completely different way. And whenever we have our mind set on this, how it's going to happen, exactly how it's going to happen, we lock ourselves in resistance mode and we literally shut down miracles from entering into our life. We shut down manifestations coming into our life, our dreams, our goals, our desired emotions, because we are not open to seeing any other way than that tunnel vision, okay? And while I feel like tunnel vision is a really great tool for certain things, but not in this aspect of having to know all the details of how things are going to come into your life. There's been many situations in my life that looking back, I would have never been able to predict that. I would never in a million years have been able to say, this is how this is going to happen. So, and I'm sure if you all just take a moment and think of really great things that happened in your life and you kind of look backwards at the dots, you would see that you really probably couldn't have predicted it either. So that's up to the universe, up to God, up to the higher power to decide all of those details, right? You just have to ask. That's all. Just once. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to practice being for just the most part. Just practice being there already. So this is closing that gap that we talked about yesterday and just being in the receiving mode. And how do we do that? Personally, me, meditation daily. I meditate every morning and I just allow. I just allow everything to just flow through me. I don't, sit there and have all these thoughts of, let me remind you what I want in my life. No, you already have it. It's already there. It's just a matter of going from collapsing the timeline. That's all it is. Just closing that timeline gap. And this is how you become a magnet for your new life. If you get to a point where things just happen for you, things just show up, things just become, how did that happen? And people will look at you like like you're just lucky. But that's not it. That's not it at all. It's just alignment. And especially whenever we're talking about like our emotions, think about this. Whenever you are focused so often in that, 90% focused on, oh, I don't have what I want yet. I'm still like this. You're focusing on all the negative things. Your feelings about everything are just going to not be so good either. So whenever we are shifting our emotions and wanting to create better emotions in our life, this is a really, really, really important thing to remember, because whenever you are just staying in that resistance mode, you're still feeding those emotions, and that's not what we want to create. And if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, I listen to her every day. She's a law of attraction teacher, and I've learned so much from her, and a lot of that comes through my work. You'll hear so many things that I say if you listen to her, and a lot of this is about that. But whenever you feel good, you always want to just continue to choose the thought that feels better to you. And when we do this, it just you feel better. And I think that you see a lot of people get afraid of like, well, what if I just feel better without actually having the thing that I want? But you still feel better, right? But the thing always comes anyway. So just remember that whenever you're in this mode, and when you're in the 90% of just receiving, just be in receiving mode. Just let go. Of course, this is all about letting go, right? So even from day one of the shift, whenever we let go of all those feelings, we're still letting go now. We're letting go of the how all of this is going to work out now that you have clarity on what you want in your life. So continue to let go, continue to practice the 4 steps. And as you need to, and it's always good to do maintenance, right? It's always good to just maybe brain dump all those things. Maybe it's once a month that you do it. Maybe it's once a week. Wherever you are in your journey, just do it as often as you feel necessary, and just continue to brain dump and get clarity, brain dump and get clarity, and you will see how fast your life starts to line up for you. Things will just fall into place. Okay? So that is day 4. The last thing I'm going to tell you is, after this, the best thing you could do is to create a vision board. And that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to go over at some point in time. But it is one of the best things that you can do to keep your mind on track. So that's it for day 4. I hope you guys enjoyed the shift, and share your wins with me if you feel called to. I would love to hear how everyone is just doing with this and having breakthroughs. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you later.